So glad to have you with us. Mike Tirico next to Greg Olson here in the booth. Off we go on Sunday Night Football. He fields it at the 8. And he'll be forced out of bounds, but a very solid return. So out comes the Arizona offense for the first time. Led by their man at quarterback out of the University of Florida, it's Anthony Richardson.
So you take a look at last week's game, Mike, and you certainly wouldn't say that he played poorly. I mean, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. That's a clean slate. But when you talk to his coaches, they said they haven't seen him this motivated to bounce back after a loss in his entire career. So he's had a great week of practice. He's really challenging the guys around him to elevate their standard. And if it's any indication of how today is going to go, I think we're in for a treat.
Burden, the man on the move. They'll go play action. It's Richardson. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
You work all week on this opening script, and the entire idea, Mike, is to get off to a good start, establish some rhythm, both run and pass, and settle everybody in. Well, I think it's pretty safe to say that opening script plan has not gone according to plan.
And he'll get a good chunk of that yardage back, but he's still well short of the first down. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. Here's the Minnesota offense taking the field for the first time. They'll be led out by the quarterback now in his 4th NFL campaign.
He's coming off a really nice 3-touchdown performance in last week's win, Mike, but outside of that one errant throw, he did a really nice job of protecting the ball and was seemingly in control the entire game. This defense all week, they talked about trying to bait him into making some mistakes, so he's got to be careful about falling into the trap. And if he does that, I'll tell you what, I really like their chances.
Right there, Hurt. Here we go. Stop.
On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
At their 49-yard line.
It's the first run of the game for Bijan Robinson. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 12. It'll be a Vikings first down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense. He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment. Keeps this to a modest gain at best.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd down and 7.
18 Cardinal.
Another run here for Robinson. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. And a stoppage here for injury. One of the Cardinals shaken up. They need to get to the 29 here, facing 3rd down. That is incomplete. Great work to get in there. Make things difficult defensively. And it sets up 4th down.
4th down.
No issues there. This one is good. And the Vikings are out to an early 3-0 lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
The Cardinals offense ready to see the football for the 2nd time. They'll start out 1st down and 10. Oh, no chance there. Under a heavy rush, he goes down.
Looked like a pass protection breakdown. They had 5 offensive linemen and a running back in the backfield. I promise you, somebody was assigned to that linebacker, but He timed the blitz perfectly. He ran through and was able to bring him down for a big sack.
Quick throw, taken in. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down.
It's a gain of 4, and it's third down.
From the gun, Richardson. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because right now, their pass protection is breaking down, and this quarterback's paying the price for it.
This brought in out past the 20. And it'll be a good return. He's able to get it up past the 40-yard line. The Vikings offense ready to see what they can do on their second possession. They had the field goal on the opening drive, took the early lead, see if they can improve on that here. 3-0 our score as we begin first and second. They'll look to pick up the pace.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. Off balance throw. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the 25-yard line. A pickup there of 28 yards.
They do a really nice job of taking everything away initially, but you have to keep the quarterback in the pocket, especially if you're playing man coverage. You simply can't ask your coverage unit to match up and cover that long.
And a nice job there, sidestepping defenders on his way. It's a gain of 9. Vikings football as we begin this second quarter. They've got it second down and less than a yard. He'll drop to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And this drive's going to continue. He's taken down. They are set up with first and goal.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get him the ball, pick up the first down.
And he's going to be stopped just short of the goal line. Couldn't reach that ball across, setting up second and goal.
You know, it's easy to sit up here and say, hey, just keep running the ball. They've been efficient, just kind of wear down this defense by 1,000 different paper cuts. But the problem is, it's only contingent upon your ability to keep the score down. So if you want to continue to run the ball this often, you're going to have to look to their defense to play really well.
Is it time to turn to the running game to get in? Third and goal coming up. Robinson. And he's not going to get in. Tackled at the line. It'll bring up fourth and goal. Now, after that last snap, we have an injured player. It's Bijan Robinson, who's in some pain down there. The offense staying put. Fourth and goal from the 2.
Viking 18. Go.
He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag comes in. That might make this a first down.
Hurt. Viking 18. Back. Let's go.
Back to throw. That's to the end zone. It is batted away. It is incomplete.
In the end zone.
A bit of a risky throw here in the end zone, Mike, and those windows down here tight, they close so much faster in this part of the field. By the time he let it go, the defender was already in position and was able to make a play on the ball.
A look to the end zone, and it's broken up. Incomplete. There was no space, no separation that time. That's going to bring it to third and goal.
Reload.
They'll try to run with Robinson. Good blocking, and he's in. Bijan Robinson. Touchdown, Minnesota. His second rushing touchdown of the year. Point after try forthcoming. He's got it. And the Vikings are out to a 10-0 lead. is ready to go once more as the kick's away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. Out comes the Arizona offense. They get ready for their next possession. So we've seen from the start of the season the change in the kickoff rule. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
This is the epitome of team defense. Not only are you able to rush the passer and put relentless pressure on him play after play, but the coverage on the back end is so tight. There's just nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball. You see him just continue to hold the ball that extra second in the pocket, and with the way these guys are pass rushing, that's all the time they need.
And they're going to move the ball all the way up to the 45-yard line. That's good for 27 and a first down. A first set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Here's Richardson. Going to keep this himself. And he'll be met in the backfield and dropped behind the line of scrimmage. After the loss of 3, it is second and 13. Now Richardson. This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
Mike, this isn't real complicated. You're just not going to win a lot of NFL games when you continue to give up sacks at the rate that they are. I mean, this is just a complete disaster for this offensive line, and if they don't get it fixed, this game could be a runaway. And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
A tick under 2 minutes until halftime. We'll have more from Minneapolis after this. The drive begins at the 20. Here's first and 10.
Ready? 60 Eagle, 60 Eagle.
They'll start this on the ground, and it's Harris. And he'll find some space, taking it for 6 out to the 26-yard line.
A 6-yard pickup.
Now they'll set up to throw. As he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be third down.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
Here's a third down and 4. They'll look to throw. He's got his man. Right side. It's complete. A gain of 16 on that pass play. First down, Minnesota.
Go!
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
This one complete. Right side. And he's going to be out of bounds just beyond midfield. First time he's caught a ball here tonight, and it is good for a first down. Shotgun snap, and they give it to Harris. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's second down.
A gain of 2. Brings up second.
Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force third down.
Third down and 8
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch from contact.
And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up fourth down. That is incomplete. We couldn't get the connection on fourth. Going to give the ball over on down. The Cardinals offense going to see what they can do in the final minute of this first half. Richardson operating from the pistol. Arizona will take its first timeout. Clock will stop as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining here in half number one. Throwing on second down, Richardson. Short pass taken in by the tight end. Now a timeout charge to Arizona. That is their second, as the clock will stop at 45 seconds to go until halftime. Out of shotgun, Richardson. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. So now a timeout for the Vikings. That is their first, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. The Vikings offense going to take over here in the final minute of this first half. They've got the 10-0 advantage here early. We'll see if they can add to it. Beginning on this drive, 1st and 10. And mark them down up beyond the 30. They'll get 11 there. And that's a quick first down.
1st and 10.
Line of scrimmage is the 31 as they line up 1st and 10. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. Quick throw here is complete. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 45-yard line.
It's a gain of
Just a really nice, simple play design. Just get the ball to one of your playmakers on an underneath crossing route, and he does the rest to secure a nice gain. That's just good, simple execution.
Throwing now from the gun. That's deep for the back of the end zone. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. Now an opening past the 30. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there. The Vikings offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. We're going to be looking to possibly push this to a 3-score advantage. Work to do on this drive. 1st and 10. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 3.
Cowboy 80.
His throw left side is complete. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. 6 catches for him in the ball game now. And this one's good for a first down.
Every quarterback's dream is, can I get the ball out of my hand as fast as possible and get it to a guy that can do the rest after the catch? And it seems like nowadays throughout the entire league, the best offenses thrive in yards after the catch.
And a stoppage here for injury. One of the Cardinals shaken up. He'll go left side here and complete this one. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line.
A gain of 15.
His 2nd catch of the drive. This one good for 15 and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Now a handoff. Oh, a wrinkle. Here comes a reverse. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
There's very few defenses in today's NFL, Mike, that you can play the cornerback position and be unwilling to tackle. Those days are kind of over, so give credit to this guy. I mean, he identified run.
And he's in. Touchdown, Vikings. That is 2nd TD catch of the season. They'll line it up to kick the extra point. He gets it to go. The Vikings move further out in front. It is now 17-0. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. The Cardinals offense ready for their first possession of this second half. They trail this one 17-0 now. Really need to find some inspiration, some momentum on this drive, as they'll begin here with first down. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 6. From the gun, they'll try to run it, and they'll mark them down just shy of the 40. A gain there of 11. It's an Arizona first down.
And the Cardinal first down.
Here we go. Viking 18.
Looking to throw. Richardson. He'll let it go deep left sideline. Well covered on the sideline, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Savon Revel.
I think anytime you find yourself trailing in the second half, Mike, all offensive play callers fight the urge to chase those points. They tend to get a little bit over-eager. They tend to push the envelope sometimes a little too far. Those turnovers, they only make the deficit grow, not shrink. There's a lot of football left, Mike. They can still get back into this. They just have to be a little bit smarter about which risks you're willing to take.
It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. They'll give it to Harris again. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line. Good run after a good run. This one for 14 yards and another first down. To the air now on 1st and 10. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
14 more yards.
His 8th reception of the game. And good for a first down. So they come to the line for first down and 10. This one's going to be taken in over the middle. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
Let's give some credit to this offensive line. Once they identified the blitz, you could see them communicating with one another to make sure everybody is on the same page, and that's what gave the quarterback enough time and found the open man.
And he will be out of bounds, but you saw that penalty flag come in. Looked like the defender got a head start. They can still get a first down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11. He pulls it in around the 5. To the pylon, he's in. Touchdown, Minnesota. It's his 2nd touchdown of the year. No problem there on the extra point, and the Vikings are able to extend out to a 24-0 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. The return starts from the 5. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line.
First down and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
His drive will start on the ground, and he'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter. So, 3 quarters now in the books. And Sunday Night Primetime continues after this.
Spoke to him. He told me.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd down and 6.
It's going to take him out.
Richardson to throw. Thrown left side. The catch is made. And they will finally catch up to him and get him down. It is a big gain for Arizona. 33 yards.
At the 37-yard line.
Now it's Richardson. He'll keep it. The defense not fighting. They stay at home, and they tackle him for no gain. 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 37.
Here's Richardson. Very good throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
Well defended there, and the quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend, so give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
And that is incomplete.
I'd say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on third down. It's something these teams stress all week. Here's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up fourth down.
That's going to be incomplete. They felt compelled to go for it on fourth and long. It was a big ask, and the defense turns them away. Out comes the Minnesota offensive unit as they get set to take over. And they're getting closer to a second win on the season. All they got to do is hold on here, and a good drive right now will help. They'll start it first and 10 from the 46. Here's second and a yard. Another run here with Harris. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line. And a stoppage here for injury. One of the Cardinals shaken up. That not a welcome development here late in a one-sided game. They'll come up first and 10 at the 40. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down.
Go, Champ. Come on.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. Quick throw. Taken in. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Vikings. And that touchdown probably, Greg, ends any small hopes of a comeback on the other side.
Yeah, and I think those chances, Mike, were small to begin with, but with that last score, I think this one is pretty much over.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kicks away. From the 6, here comes a return. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line. The Cards offense ready to get back at it. Try to establish some tempo as they start this one with first and 10.
Cowboy 80.
From the gun, Richardson. He tosses over the middle. This one is caught. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. That's a gain of 21 to open this drive.
It's really been a one-sided game, but how often do we see in the fourth quarter the team that finds themselves down by a lot, they start to come alive? I think it's a combination of trying to end the game on a positive note, but also sometimes that defense getting a little lackadaisical.
And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. And it's a gain of 20 on the heels of another big play to begin this drive.
It's a gain of 20.
Richardson to throw here on first and 10. 17 yards on the gain, and now they've got first and goal. A couple of big plays, one after the other, and now it's first and goal. Off-balance throw, it's complete. And they'll get into the end zone for the first time tonight. Luther Burden. Touchdown, Cardinals. Riker good with the extra point. And the Cardinals are able to edge a bit closer. So the late score gets them a bit closer to respectability. They'll try to get even closer with an outside kick.
You have no choice. You find yourself down big here late in the fourth quarter, Mike. You got nothing to lose. Give it a shot. Nice job here by the hands team recovering. They're going to take over possession.
They go 3 tight ends here on first and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. There's that man again. Another catch. And he's going to be out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, inside the 20. Ball down to the 16-yard line. And it's first and 10.
At the 16-yard line.
On the give, it's Harris. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. 2nd and 5.
At the 10-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Bronco 80.
Now it's Harris. And the Vikings are going to have it first and goal. He'll take this down to about the 3.
First down.
So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Ball sitting on the 3. It is first down and goal.
Here we go. Here we go.
They'll run with Harris. And he barrels his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Now the try here for the point out. He's got it. The Vikings stretch things out even further. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. He fields it at the 8. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Cardinals offense is ready to take over once more. They'll do so with first and 10. To throw, it's Richardson. A throw downfield, caught by Burden.
It's a gain of 30. That's good for a Cardinals.
18 Cardinals.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
On first down, it's Richardson. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long.
Hot 70, hot 70.
Throwing is Richardson. Looking middle of the field, it's complete. Well, they'll get some of the sack yards back, but it's still going to leave them with third down.
Pass the 60, pass the 60.
Now Richardson. This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
Been a largely forgettable performance from this offense up until this point, Mike. I mean, these sacks, they just continue to stop so many of their drives throughout the entire game.